Have you ever noticed that there are very few mature trees on this street? Well, that's for a reason. 4 years ago, a tornado touched down in this neighborhood and ripped the path right down this street. It did some pretty significant damage to the neighbors' homes, and fortunately, on ours, just a little bit of roof damage, other than taking down all of the trees. Now, our homeowners with 2 small children obviously want to keep their family safe. So the plans for this renovation include a safe room in the basement. Plans for that have changed a little bit over the last few months, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first, earlier, I had a chance to talk to the head of the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency to learn what homeowners can do to keep them safe from tornadoes. So Patrick, I've been doing some research, I've been looking into the data, and I saw that last year alone, 40 tornadoes touching down in Tennessee, according to the National Weather Service, and half in the central part where we are right now. A lot? A little? A trend that's happening? Like, how do you interpret that?
I'm certainly seeing a trend where it's increasing, the number of tornadoes that we're having. I think that's about right for Tennessee right now. And, you know, we're certainly, some of that's an artifice of increased reporting. But no doubt, empirically, we can observe we have an increase in the amount of severe weather we're having, including tornadoes. Most of them, thankfully, are weak, right? So EF0, EF1, and in the woods somewhere. But you know, we still have them where they're hitting neighborhoods and businesses and homes.
How much warning do people have?
The National Weather Service does a great job of giving people a heads up about watches, which is, hey, the conditions are right for tornadic activity, for tornado damage. And you know, in a warning, that's happening when you see a hook echo on a radar or someone on the ground observes one and reports it to the National Weather Service. And so they'll generate a warning, and you know, that comes across on our TV and a radio through the integrated public alert and warning system. You can have seconds or minutes, and so that's why it's so important when you do get a tornado warning for wherever you're standing that you act on it.
Seconds or minutes is not a lot of time.
It's not.
I mean, we have hurricanes where we are, and we see them coming for days,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a slow-moving disaster. But seconds or minutes, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
What are people doing when that happens?
When you see the watches, and what my family and I do is we go and set up our lowest level interior windowless room so that we can hunker down in the storm. So bike helmets, gloves, boots, a blanket, cell phone charger, and flashlights. Prepping that space ahead of time so that when you do get a warning, you can just go and occupy it and you're not wasting time trying to gather things that you wish you had when you're in there.
So when you prepare, you said bike helmets, gloves, boots, flashlights. Walk me through the thought process of those types of things that you're putting in there with your family.
Anything to help add layers of protection. You know, we know now that wearing a bike helmet, anything, that margin of protection just really helps a lot. For the boots and gloves is if you know, you're unfortunate enough that your structure, your home is damaged, then you're not putting yourself at further risk as you emerge from your safe space, you know, and potentially broken glass or nails or splinters or other things that you might have to worry about. So just increases the safety, and then a flashlight, because chances are the power is going to go out, and cell phone charger, just because your cell phone is another method for you to get warning. So I would encourage people too to have multiple ways to get warning. A NOAA certified weather radio is an important thing to have in your toolkit to make sure you can get warnings if cell phone towers or phone lines are damaged.
Your role as the head of the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency is what? What are you doing?
We're trying to make sure that people are prepared and not scared, but that they know what actions they can take and are given sufficient time and warning to act on them.
We appreciate that, and we appreciate what you do. Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.